Hello everyone, I thought I'd make this quick video just talking about my first impressions of Pastelmat, and I thought I'd do that whilst I'm drawing this cute little house mouse in colour pencil. First time ever using Pastelmat. And I've got to say, it is very, very different to what I'm used to. I normally use trying to be quiet with my pencils. I normally use a smooth paper, and I've used quite a few different ones over the years. The one I've been using most recently is the Fabriano Artistico hot pressed watercolour paper, which is really nice. And I think the main thing that I like about it is the fact that you can add quite a lot of layers. You don't have to worry about running out of, not room, but running out of the texture of the paper to enable you to add more and more details. And that's a massive plus when it comes to the paper, especially when you're drawing things like fur, because you need a lot of layers in order for it to look realistic. So it's really important that you can get those layers in without too much trouble. So I'd heard a lot through the years recently, I should say, about Pastelmat. I've heard it mentioned, and I know it's primarily for pastel pencils or pan pastels or whatever you want to use, hence the name. But I know that some colour pencil artists use it from time to time. And so I thought I'd give it a go, and actually a lovely follower sent me a sample of this Pastelmat. So it's really difficult on the camera because actually the paper's really quite yellow, and it looks quite creamy on the camera. So it's hard to really show what colour it is, but it's my first go on Pastelmat. And so I thought I'd choose a subject that actually the midtones of I was going to do an animal always. The midtones of the animal were similar to the colour of the paper that I was using. So I decided to draw this house mouse because it's very brown and cream. And so the midtones are in there for me, and it makes life a little bit easier. So I'm so used to drawing on white paper, and then you leave the white paper to show through for your highlights, but it means you've got to leave them out really. And with this Pastelmat, I've got to say I am really, really impressed so far. It's weird, it's different, it takes you out of your comfort zone. You really have to think about what you're doing. You just get so used to a different paper that you use all the time. You almost go into autopilot when you draw. With this one, it's completely different. The texture of the paper is not what I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be really kind of grainy and gritty, a bit like the pastel paper that you had at school. And it's not like that at all. It's really, really, I don't even know how you describe it, but looking up closely, the texture looks like it's been sprayed on. It's like a paint or something. It's obviously got a texture to it, but it's not sanded paper. It's not really like anything. It's like suede or velvety or something. So it's very, very different to what I thought it was going to be. I would definitely recommend giving it a go, especially for fur. It's just fantastic. I don't know how it would be if you were drawing skin. That might be a little bit tricky. Might have to give that a go at some point and just to see how you would get a smooth skin texture, if that's what you were going for. But for fur, it's just brilliant. You can just keep going and keep going with the layers, and it just doesn't protest at all. I am naturally heavy-handed, annoyingly. I'm really trying to stop. I think some of it's to do with kind of having a sense of urgency. I started with colour pencils when my daughter was really quite small, and so I started knowing that I only had maybe an hour or two before she woke up from her nap. That's kind of how I started, and so I wonder if I was slightly rushing things to try and get things moving, because I was at such a kind of tight time scale. But over the years, I've learnt how to slow down a little bit and really appreciate the slowness of colour pencils for what it is, really, because everything else is just so manic in life. It's quite nice to be able to switch off and use your pencils and not rush. And the rushing usually happens, that's when mistakes happen. So it's just quite nice to appreciate them for what they are. But recently I've really wanted to try different things, maybe come out of my comfort zone a little bit, which I think is important for improvement and keeps it interesting, keeps it fresh. And so one way to do that, instead of learning a whole new medium, which I do quite like to do as well, and I've dabbled with watercolours and acrylics and the trusty graphite that that's how kind of most people learn how to draw when they're young. So I've dabbled with different mediums, but I thought a good way to kind of keep things fresh with the colour pencils is to try different papers. And there are so many different ones on the market to try. So I've used Polydraw, which is the drafting film. I know there are quite a few different versions of the drafting film. I think Duralar is another one, which I'd like to try. And I've used different smooth papers. And now I'm using this textured paper, which is really good. It's really nice to draw on. You can feel every stroke of the pencil. And it doesn't eat them like I thought it would. I thought you'd, as you were drawing, the nib would just be ground down in front of your eyes and you'd be sharpening every 5 minutes. But I found that actually it works a lot better if your pencils aren't that smooth, aren't that sharp. With smooth paper, it needs to be really sharp. But with this, no, it's so much better if it's not, because what I was finding at the beginning, especially around the eye, and even I've kind of finished the ear, but I think I need to go in a little bit more, was I was getting this really blurry outline, and it was looking kind of grainy, and especially with something like the eye that needs to be smooth, I was struggling a little bit to begin with. But actually, just building up the layers and knowing that it will all kind of come together, just not panicking, I suppose, and just keeping going, not giving up, it seemed to work okay. So when I think you start a new medium, especially when you've been so used to another type, I think it's really important to draw a complete drawing, not just have a little dabble with it and see what happens, because you just can't get a kind of a balanced opinion on it until you've tried lots and lots of different techniques, lots of your normal techniques on this different medium. And so that's what I've been doing. I think, I've drawn the eye. There's going to be some pools which I struggled with on smooth paper, so that will be really interesting to see how this comes across. And obviously the fur as well. I haven't actually used the slice tool on this yet. I'm not sure how it will work. I think, like anything, it works a lot better if you've got lots and lots of pigment down, quite a few layers. So I'm not even going to attempt it until nearer the end, when I know I've got quite a few different. Try not to click my pencils, end up holding them all in my hand. Until I've got lots and lots of layers down, and I know that I'm not going to be damaging the paper, because it does feel like it could possibly damage it, which I obviously don't want to do. But yeah, my first opinions of it are really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. And in fact, I'm thinking about all of the different colours that you can get. I know you can get a really nice dark grey, and also I know that you can get board as well as paper. This is the paper, which is quite thin. I think it's the paper. It's cardboardy. I've heard the board is much more, you have to tape it down a little bit, because otherwise it buckles or something, or it's really quite thick. So I might look into that. The only thing is, I've heard that it is quite pricey, and so I really want to do my research before I jump in and waste money on something that is just not going to work. So you can go over the top on Pastelmat, which you just can't do with smooth paper, with lighter colours, which is great. It's such a bonus. You don't have to worry about leaving all of those highlights free of pigment and worrying about going over them accidentally, which I always do. And then you have to think about other techniques that you can use, possibly the slice tool, or some people I know go over the top. Well, I've tried it in the past. The titanium, what's it called? Brush and pencil stuff. The kind of paint over the top. I'm never very good at it. I always end up making it too thick, and then it goes a bit knobbly, like Tipex or something, and it just looks really rubbish, and it kind of flakes off. It's not very. It's designed to use with colour pencil. I just haven't perfected the technique, I suppose, and so it's not my go-to method for pulling up highlights, but it is definitely an option. Yeah, so I would really recommend giving this paper a go. See what you think. I'd love to know. It just, it's very, very different. You do have to use quite different techniques, but after a while, you can't remember what your old techniques are anyway. So it's quite nice to mix things up and keep it all interesting. Can you hear that? It's quite scratchy. But overall, I am really loving it. It's a very, very rainy day here in Bristol. It looks like it's going to rain all day, so it might be one of those pop in and out of the studio days. Kids are upstairs making a den. The other thing I thought about Pastelmat is that I thought it was going to be really, really